and welcome back to another episode of Career Cast. I am Hiranya Kumari Jain,
And I am Harshita Bothra.
and we are at Mahadevi Birla Shishu Vihar, and we are your hosts for today's conversation. Today, we are absolutely delighted to be joined by someone who has made an exceptional mark in the field of corporate law and governance, CS Anuj Saraswat. He is a fellow member of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India and currently serves as a chairman of ICSI's Eastern India Regional Council. As the proprietor of A. Saraswat and Associates, he is known for his professionalism, integrity, and leadership. He is a law graduate with a master's in business policy and corporate governance. Mr. Saraswat is also a GST practitioner, trademark agent, independent director in reputed organizations, and a passionate mentor. As a founder member of the Nekaram Charitable Foundation, Mr. Saraswat is someone who has even pledged his eyes for donation to help others. We can't wait to hear about his insights, his journey, and his advice to young learners like us. So let's get started. Sir, we are curious to know about what inspired you to pursue company secretaryship.
Okay, first of all, thank you to Principal Madhavi Birla Sisu Vihar and all the lovely students who have coordinated so well and have been organizing this career cast since the last few months. So, as rightly asked, what inspired me? So, this course can be pursued even after class 12. So, when I was in my class 12, I went to my friend, I went to my mentors because I was interested in a course which gives me a perfect blend of law, governance, and strategic management. But on the other hand, I was also looking for a course which provides Indian accreditation with a global recognition. And when I zeroed it upon everything, I found that company secretary is that course which provides an integrated knowledge about the law, about the responsible decision making, about the CSR, about the ESG, and and we act as a guardian of governance and also the partner in progress, and we also assist the management, the business and the corporate world in the best effective decision making process. And if I would say that we play an important role, it's not. I would not be wrong if I say that we play an important role in making India a developed nation, because we are the person behind the corporate world, behind the corporate wheel. So company secretary was one thing which I zeroed it upon, and since I was quite passionate about it, I started it right after my class 12. And today I'm sitting in front of you and having this pleasure of interacting. Thank you.
That's very inspirational, sir. Moving forward, our young listeners would like to know your perspective on the role of company secretary in today's corporate world.
See, as a student, for the student, if you ask me, I would first want to say one thing, that don't just aim to clear your examinations, but study to build a perspective, because be it in any profession you are in, if you are just studying for clearing your examinations, you will be coming into a position where you will be stagnant after some years, because you know only about the perspective which have been taught in your classroom. But when you will be there in the corporate world and you have to align your learnings with the perspectives of the market, connecting it with the economic scenario, there the entire roles will start changing, because a degree cannot define your career path alone. There has to be a broader perspective. You need to know the why behind any change in legislation, that why this change has come. So that has to be done for any student. And when you ask me about the role of a company secretary in today's corporate world, I would tell you that we the company secretaries, our appointment are mandated by Companies Act 2013. Every listed company, The unlisted companies whose paid up share capital has crossed the threshold limit needs to appoint a company secretary in their board. So we are being appointed by the board and we report to the board of directors. So we are those person who sit next to the board of directors in the boardroom. So definitely, when there is whenever there is an important decision making, a company secretary is the person who advises the board. Whenever the company is coming up with some corporate restructuring, it's the company secretary who advises the board. Whenever a company is planning to come up with an IPO, it's the company secretary who advises the board. Whenever a company is thinking of a closure, it's the company secretary who advises the board. Whenever a company is going to think of expansion or take some foreign funding, it is the company secretary who takes care of the compliance system. So we, as a professional, takes care of the compliance system right from making the policy to implementing it and also to monitor it in the day-to-day functioning of an organization.
Thank you, sir. Your knowledge has enlightened us. Sir, how do you see technology complementing rather than replacing the core functions of a CS?
Okay. See, technology, if you ask me, when the computer were invented, people said that technology is going to take the work of human beings. But has it? No. Today, if we are sitting across each other from remote locations, it's only because of this technology. So the technology is not going to take the work of any professional, rather it is going to ease their work. See, if you ask me to draft a contract, definitely technology can support me or the technology can assist me in drafting it. But in order to meet the requirement of my clients, I need to have a discussion, a human interference. So the human interference cannot be possible when you are dealing with machinery and when you are dealing with humans. So that analytical thinking, that critical approach has to be there. And that critical thinking can be only possible by a professional because a professional goes through lots and lots of studies before coming to any conclusion. That's why we do not rely upon any search engine, but we rely on the signature of a professional. Because if a professional is certifying the document, even the regulators rely upon it. Whereas if you take a printout from any search engine, that is just a draft document, and maybe that cannot be relied even if you are presenting it in front of any regulators or in any court of law. But if that has been vetted by a professional, by a company secretary, even the regulators rely on our signature.
Now, that's a very encouraging take on tech integration. Moving from technological skills to foundational skills. Sir, how important do you think is internship experience or practical training during or after the CS course?
See, well asked about the foundation. To build a good foundation, let me first tell you about the structure of this course. A student, like I said, can pursue this course right after class 12. So, after along with his class 12, he can register for this course. Once he sits for this examinations, he can just appear for the entrance examinations. Currently, the entrance examinations, the CSEET, which we say, are being held 4 times in a year. And once a student clears those entrance examination, he or she is eligible to sit for the next part, which is the executive program. So before this executive program, we have a 3-day training program wherein a student where a student is being called in the institute or campus. The Calcutta campus is situated in Newtown. So the student comes here in our campus. We groom them. We tell them about different career pathways which a student can take. We tell them, we groom them, we guide them, and the student is being prepared to sit for his examinations. See, this being a distance learning course, but although we are recognized by Ministry of Corporate Affairs, so we are directly guided by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and this course uh, gets its accreditations by way of legislation from Parliament. So after executive, once a student clear his executive, he is ready, or he is already groomed to go to the market and gather some practical experience. So the student has cleared his entrance, he has cleared his executive, so he has got a bit amount of theoretical knowledge, and now is the time for him or her to implement those practical knowledge under a company secretary, and he is allowed to work either in a company, in a listed or an unlisted organization, under a practicing company secretary, under regulators, and so on. So here, a student is being given 21 months period to sit and implement whatever learnings he has done in his executive program, and simultaneously he can sit for his professional exams. So whatever he has learned in his executive, whatever he is learning in his professional journey, now is the time for him to implement those in the corporate world. And with this training also makes him future ready, because he has the theoretical knowledge, he has the practical knowledge, he has interacted definitely with the regulators along with his immediate boss. He has gathered those technical knowledge, and he is now market ready, moving ahead in the long run.
Definitely, sir. Internship plays an important role for someone pursuing CS. So, can you enlighten students interested in business, law, and governance about where should they begin from?
Okay, business, law, and governance. Fine. See, like I said, the beginning can be done even after class 12 or after your graduation. But if you are passionate about law, governance, your business, or anything, like I said in the beginning, you need to have a broader perspective. It's not only about having this course. There are various other short-time programs offered by ICSI, various PMQ courses offered by ICSI, various capacity building programs being offered by ICSI. So a student or a member can take these courses alongside his professional journey. And trust me, a company secretary can be a good businessman. A company secretary can be a good entrepreneur. Like I said, there are entrepreneurs who are company secretary. I met an IPS officer who was a company secretary. I've met IS officer who is a company secretary. So there are bureaucrats who are company secretary. There are administrators who are company secretary. So this course is a mixed blend of administrative skills, strategic management, law, and governance. And like I said, we are responsible for the ethical decision making. Like our motto is Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara, to speak the truth and abide by the law. So we would those advices which are being considered as worthy in the long run, because see, in order to win the investors trust, the company should be a compliant, the company should have a good corporate governance system. And you won't believe that in the last 4 5 years the corporates have identified the role of a company secretary very effectively. They have made uh, entire system for the company secretary. Like there's separate department, the secretarial department, which takes care of all these part. So you can understand how the role of a company secretary plays an important role in shaping your business, in shaping your IQ, whether you are going for employment, whether you are seeking employment, or whether you are seeking starting to have your own practice and advise the clients in that effective decision making. Like being a company secretary, you can start your own practice and you can assist small companies, small firms in their compliance system, in their effective decision making, and also in building them a future ready, in making the small companies effective in the long run.
That is very helpful advice for our ambitious listeners. And with that, we come to the end of another impactful episode of CareerCast. A huge thanks to Mr. Saraswat for his insightful guidance, which reminds us that a successful career is a continuous journey of dedication and hard work. His expertise has shown us how the company secretary profession is not only resilient in the face of change, but is essential for shaping the future of business. To our dedicated audience, thank you
See,
for
where there
tuning.
is compliance, there is a company secretary. This is something I would like to add on over here. Where there is compliance, where there is governance, there is the company secretary, and we are the only professional who can be an important. Who can play an important role in shaping India in the long run towards number one nation till 2047 and beyond.
Those are some very beautiful words, sir. So, so, to our dedicated audience, thank you for tuning in. We hope today's conversation has not only answered your questions, but has also sparked a new fire of motivation within you. Remember, your career is a story which you write every day, and we are here to help you turn the page. Until next time,
This is Careercast, creating pathways to your future, one episode at a time. Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Thank you so much.